In memory of Daddy, who laid the foundation for this furious uprising. Yeah, this isn't just a song, it's our war. Tell it the hill is in the building, no bullshit, only raw truth. We ride or die for every soul neglected, every secret kept. Turn up the bass and let our explicit message shatter the silence. Haters, your venom only makes our fire burn hotter. It's time to expose the rod, it's time for real talk. Step up or step aside, cause the revolution just began. Step into the arena where deception meets its end. Truths are heavy artillery, no facade, no pretend. She's the lioness roaring against the night. Her words slicing through bullshit, each line a burst of light. Born from pain and blazing fire. In memory of Daddy, who laid the foundation for this furious uprising. Yeah, this isn't just a song, it's our war. Tell it the hill is in the building, no bullshit, only raw truth. We ride or die for every soul neglected, every secret kept. Turn up the bass and let our explicit message shatter the silence. Haters, your venom only makes our fire burn hotter. It's time to expose the rod, it's time for real talk. Step up or step aside, cause the revolution just began. Step into the arena where deception meets its end. Truths are heavy artillery, no facade, no pretend. She's the lioness roaring against the night. Her words slicing through bullshit, each line a burst of light. Born from pain and blazing fire. In memory of Daddy, who laid the foundation for this furious uprising. Yeah, this isn't just a song, it's our war. Tell it the hill is in the building, no bullshit, only raw truth. We ride or die for every soul neglected, every secret kept. Turn up the bass and let our explicit message shatter the silence. Haters, your venom only makes our fire burn hotter. It's time to expose the rod, it's time for real talk. Step up or step aside, cause the revolution just began. Step into the arena where deception meets its end. Truths are heavy artillery, no facade, no pretend. She's the lioness roaring against the night. Her words slicing through bullshit, each line a burst of light. Born from pain and blazing fire.
Take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and
make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Hi, Littles, come here.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the
Hey, y'all. I hope you guys can hear me. You good, Littles? I thought I had a babysitter for a minute, but I don't. But hi, you guys. I hope you guys can hear me, and if not, let me know. Jeff H. Come on, Jeff. I love you, Jeff. I'm going to just, Jeff H. You got to give it to me. I deserve my guitar lessons totally free of charge, because you know why? Because I don't even give you the crap that you get from anywhere else. I welcome you, Jeff H., because I don't understand why people can't just get along and differ in opinions. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Hi, Chickadee. Hey, everybody. Thank you, Thomas, for the welcome message. You're a great mod. You're always here way before me, and I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you. I was dealing with Littles for a second and making sure I got some of my notes proper for tonight, you guys. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna make this like super long, but it's gonna be a little bit interesting. And I know haters are gonna hate, but I'm trying to make sure. You want to say hi, Littles? No, Littles is hiding. Right, Jeff H. Opinions, it just doesn't matter. I can still be kind to someone like yourself. You've never really, people are just so aggravated with you. It's so shocking to me. And at the end of the day, for what? I mean, maybe I've just grown a lot in the almost 4 years we've all been doing this. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure, Jeff H., you're a pretty decent dude. And you live your life, I live mine. And why do we have to not get along? And so you're welcome in my channel and my chat anytime, so long you behave yourself. And I mean, behave means like don't say awful things, which I don't believe you ever do. So I'm different than the rest, but that's why I'm me and they're them, you know? Yeah. But welcome, you guys, and I appreciate everybody who's here and ever shows up. My channel's small, but that's partially my fault and partially just God's way of saying it's okay to be the slower one on the totem pole, because I spend my time doing actual research. Like, I have a lot to say. I don't know, you guys can't see my writing because of my green screen, but I wanted to come on and half prove that I've been right about some things when it comes to the IgG and Brian's DNA, and prove that I also can't prove the rest of it because of how private things have been made when it comes to these family trees. What I also want to say, though, is that I don't have a DNA, I don't have any machine that gave me any information. I did this all on my own in terms of figuring out his family tree. And I'm absolutely correct in who he's related to. And in a sense, we're going to be very careful. And I will say right now, you guys, again, thank you for being here. It's okay, baby. Sorry, my dog now wants to say hi. I don't know what they're doing outside, baby. We can't see. You guys see she's a little baddie. She sounds like she oinks. She doesn't bark. I appreciate you too, Jeff. Really. And honestly, I think we all need in this community. Sorry, I'm ADHD brain, but we all need to like really take a step back and look at what we're here for. And true crime, in my opinion, should not have the hate that it has garnered. And for what? I don't get it. But that's why I'm not going to consider myself part of true crime. I'm considering myself a lifestyle channel, and true crime has really kind of let me down, but maybe it'll get better. It's kind of like America. Well, the things happening right now, but that's for another time. I'm not going to get into that because Jeff H, I can almost guarantee I could debate you probably, like I could debate some because we probably don't share the same politics, but that's okay too. So anyways, Littles, I can't hold you the whole time. This dog thinks that I can just, hold her all day, every day. But okay. Anyways, back to the Koberger and the DNA. I was thrilled when I heard and saw the documents that came out and expressed Brian's ancestry, because I've had that for years now. And the problem is that it doesn't make sense still. So I'm just going to call I'm going to call it like I see it. But I'm going to show you guys I was right. And I know the person's name. And God help me, I don't know. I've been kind of like praying about this all day, because I've never wanted to share the person's name, like the common link between all these families. But at the end of the day, the only reason I am going to share it is because I don't like what's going on in America right now. And I will say, I don't know if Brian's innocent or if Brian is a programmed human, or if this is all just a bunch of lies. And this will take me 5 years to get through telling you why I feel that way. But I firmly believe whatever's going on with Charlie Kirk is the same type of ordeal going on here. And you guys, sorry, I'm not reading the chat because I'll lose my train of thought. But this is a big deal to me. And Brian Koberger, if I'm wrong about whatever I say, it's because it's past the 10th generation. But I think it's notable, to say the least, because I have said certain things and I meant them. I was never lying. And I firmly believe, or I believed, and people can do their own homework. I've spent 3 years doing this, and I'm not an expert. I also spoke with the first expert on this case, who told me basically what we've now heard, that Brian Koberger's DNA was not on that sheath until if they didn't have his DNA until he was arrested. And that's a problem to me. I've always said, in my opinion, it's a cousin. So I've sought out that cousin, and that's when I realized, and I think it was Pav or it was Cyree, I can't remember, But when the word endogamy, I think it was POV, endogamy, which is different than what I've been saying, is incestual, dating way back to when people came here. And I have a problem with racism because everyone came to America. No one was here. And so people who landed themselves in Pennsylvania, like the Showalters and the Funk family, many of those people, Coburgers are from New York, number one. They are German, though. From what I've gathered, but I've been told I've been wrong. And today I'm gonna explain at best why have been saying what I've said. So keep in mind, for those of you who are gonna make a fool of me for whatever reason or attempt to, what I'm saying is what I've found. And unless Brian Koberger is not Melissa Koberger's biological brother, we are going to consider Melissa and Koberger as Brian Koberger, because the two siblings, Brian and Amanda, are private. And I'm going to show you portions of how I've gotten to this. But you guys might be a little blown away as to who they're potentially related to after the 10th generation. And I guess the 10th generation matters, but remember Ann Taylor mentioned how, like in Latah County, I have to go 8 generations back. And I'm trying to do this without confusing people. So we're going to just start here. Brian Koberger, aka Melissa, sister. I can see things, and I'm going to try and show you guys right now, right here. I can see things as to all the thousands of people she's related to. And you're really going to be shocked, because I've shared this with very few people, and they're big names, and maybe they're 100,000 cousins away, distant, but they're all tied to the one ancestor, and he's still a living person. And you guys are going to be a little blown away, but hold on. Now I forgot where I put my notes, because I wrote all over the place, because this is important to me, because I don't always want to seem like I don't know what I'm talking about. I do know what I'm talking about. I just don't. This is a lot for someone to get out. But hold on, let me share my screen. And people can think what they want. But at the end of the day, people can also go do their own homework. And I suggest someone does. I've had fun doing this. However, I know more about all these people than I've ever known about my own family, which is a little bit weird. Okay, so we're going to do this. Yes, Thomas, sorry, I saw the back end of that. Yeah, endogamy. I don't know what I think. And welcome to anyone else who's here and new. Hello, thanks for being here. I'm sorry, I just can't pay attention and talk at the same time. So let me make sure I'm not giving away like half my life's information. Okay. So what you guys are looking at, I'm trying to put it on my TV so I can make sure we're on the same page. Let me get this poll off of here, because really we don't need it right now. Anyways, okay. Okay, better. Let me move myself. Okay. So I wish my internet would like all sync together, because my TV is not showing me this yet. So I hope you guys are looking at what I'm looking at. But this is Melissa Koberger, her ties to someone, and y'all can read. You have eyeballs to read. I'm not going to say the person's name. I feel a little bit strange about putting this out there. And I've always waited because I knew I already did this once. And when I did it, things went private, ASAP, all private. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean by private when I see private over everything. But this is Melissa Koberger. And this is based on the person that she's tied to, the entirety of the ties. Hold on. So she's at the top. Then we have Michael Francis Koberger, Marianne, and then we have Generation 3, Grandpa, Grandma from Vegas. And then we have Marianne. Charles Raganese is Brian's mother's father. And for whatever reason, we don't even know who Grandma is on Marianne Koberger's side, which is a little odd. And they've said that it's not tied to his mother, and I don't believe it is, because I believe firmly it's all going to boil down to the Upmore family. And I can't fully explain that right now, and I know I'm going to get crap for this, but that's okay. So Generation 4. Here's where all the things that came out, if you've watched Pav or Lana, they talked about these people I'm about to start speaking of. And Edward Thomas Koberger and Kathleen Irene Hopp, that's great grandma and great grandpa. So it's Michael Koberger's, his dad's parents. Okay. Then we go over here and we're going to skip a little because these people, we're going to go to Generation 5, where down here, Agnes, Tyler, Arthur Hopp, that's mentioned in the documents that just came out, tied to Brian and the DNA. And that matters. And I've said it, and I took a picture. I don't know if y'all saw my post on my community post page, but I've known this for forever. And I have a lot of things to say about this, but I've known this. However, I also think, I'm going to hold off on what I think right now. We have Generation 5 is all the people, Agnes Tyler, Arthur Hopp. Okay. Arthur Hopp, well, not Arthur, but he married Kathleen Koberger, whatever. One of them is tied to a family, and I'm going to show you guys this. They're tied to Bethany Funk. And also, I'm going to show you that this same family tree, so that's besides the point. That's just me proving that I'm right. And I can't see the chat while I'm showing you guys this, but just bear with me. I really want this to make sense, and I really also didn't want to be patient and wait to do this. So I want you guys to keep in mind the Partridge family. You know, if you're old enough to know so, you know. If you're young, I think you might have heard of the Partridge family, but the Partridge family matters. Now I'm talking about all sorts of TV shows. Partridge family, that matters. And I'm going to make a note because I can't prove exactly right now. I can if I really end up having time to do so. Littles, my dog is being so bad right now. Hey, stop, please. Okay. Gosh, this dog. You're going to get in trouble. Thank you. Okay, sorry, you guys. So the Partridge family. I've said for a while now, if you've paid attention or been in my chats, that I've said Koberger, in my opinion, is cousins with a few people. One being, in my opinion, co-owner of 1122 King Road, Daniel Esty, the guy who lives in Colorado, and he's tied to the Partridge family. I have proof of that, but I'm trying to prove some things that I said, and it's just, you got to bear with me because it's a lot, and I'm not a DNA expert. I've done this all on my own. So I'm making a note to remind myself to prove Daniel Esty if I didn't already plan it already. Because at the end of the day, the Partridge family is part of why I feel like this is all some nonsense. Because look at right here. If you guys can see, my TV's on like a ad. So here, Generation 11, John Tyler, Hannah Parker. Do you see the dates? 1742. So we go all the way down here. And what are the odds also? Joseph Adams, 1654, Mary Chapin. And I'm not even talking about the Chapins tonight. Like, that's not even my point. My point is, well, who is this? Because now she's missing. Melissa. Oh, hold on. Did I do it wrong? Yeah. I got to click on Melissa because you're going to see. But you guys are going to see. I do believe that potentially that Brian Koberger, if he's not going to take a plea, not a plea deal, he already did that, sadly. If Brian Koberger does not appeal by September 2nd, I believe is the date. And there's other reasons he can appeal at a later date, but for someone who doesn't want to be in prison, you would think that like that's a rush, right? And I want you guys to actually see this screen right here so you can see. This is Melissa, and it says siblings, private. But this is their family, so you guys can see. And then I'm going to shoot. What did I do though? I'm pissed right now because I ruined it. Oh, I just gave you a shocker. Oh no. Hold on. How did I do that? Family. Sorry guys, I really am not like I wish I was Candace Owens with like someone show the clip. Like I wish I could tell someone that. Just show the clip because then I'd be prepared. Let me see if this is what I did to get to show you what I was trying. No, that's not it. Shoot. Oh, hold on. I saved it. I believe I saved it. I just hope I'm not about to give you all my information, like for the stalkers of the world out there. Hold on, you guys. Sorry. I just. No. Alyssa Koberger. Go backwards. Oh, nope, I can't. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to. Oh, right here. This is how I did it. So look how many generations because of endogamy or incest, whatever you want to call it. This is the chart that I had. Select generation. Come on. What is it? Of course it's going to do this. Select generation. I'm going all the way down, all the generations. No, this is not the thing either. But okay, my computer's doing weird stuff. But I think it's going to still show you what I wanted. Oh my gosh. It's not doing it right. Well, I'm going to tell you what I was about to show you, and then I'm going to show you better. And then I have something else to say too. There's so much I have to say to you guys. It's wild. Okay. Table. We don't have, like, this is going to the 96th generation. Oh my God. Okay. Well, my point was going to be, and I'm going to show you guys, it's just taking me a minute. Okay, good. I'm going to do it like this now. Melissa Koberger, aka, is related to Tucker Carlson. And I firmly believe related to Judge Hitler. I firmly believe Hitler and these people. And hold on, give me a second while I'm doing this because I want to explain this proper, because I know someone out there is going to say I'm nuts and I'm crazy and I'm making no sense and I'm lying to you guys. I'm not lying to you guys. I just want to tell you they may not be total. Okay, good. Here we go. It's coming. So you guys can see what I'm talking about. Right, Generation 11. Okay. So Melissa Koberger, we're on Melissa's page. You guys can see this. And sorry, I'll look at the chat as soon as I'm done. It's Melissa Koberger, number 1, Generation 1. We go down. And I think Ann Taylor might have missed something, like thinking she had to go only 8 generations back. Because if you see Generation 7, well, Generation 6 mentions Ellen Burke, which is mentioned in the documents that just came out, and Charles Lewis Tyler. Isabella Louisa Young, I can't tell you guys right now, but I know she's a key piece of this. And this is all Brian's father's side of the family. But we go down. And I've been seeking to look for the initials that were mentioned, like RK and HS. Well, to me, RK is Robert Koberger, which would be Brian's grandpa's brother. But right here, Henrietta Sarley, that is HS. And she passed in 1976. But more importantly, all these people are tied because of Ellen Burke and Charles Lewis Tyler. And this is important for many reasons because they're tied to Los Angeles, and we'll come back to that later. But we go down, Generation 9, 10, and then 11. After 10, DNA being shared is very unlikely, but they are still literally, I'm trying to be careful with what I'm saying, and I'm looking at my notes because it's very important. This is proving Melissa, aka Brian, is connected directly back to prominent early American colonial families, all of these, to the late 1600s. But if someone wants to say that I'm wrong and that they're not related, well, tell me how, because I'm going to show you. Generation 11. No, where is it at? This is bad. This is not what I wanted to have happen right now. Where did he go? Oh, heck no. I swear to God. I don't swear to God. I think witches are. Am I blind? Okay, hold on. It was John Partridge. Hold on. I know it's tied to the Partridge family. But this is not what I was looking at before y'all got here, but that's okay. This is not it. I have it right here. John Partridge. This is some nuts. This is not what I was showing you guys, but I'm not going to trip about it. I'll prove it. I'll get what I was at and post it. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, this was what I did. Hold on. I think. Sorry, you guys. I'm learning as I go, but this is important because seriously, it is. Carlson. And I did save it. I believe I saved it. No. F, M, F, and L. Okay. I should have done it better, proper. Oh, right here. Look, I even asked AI to see if I was right. Hold on. Dang it. Can I? Shoot. I asked AI and I copied and pasted. Select all. Well, I'm going to post it for you guys. I'm telling you, I'm looking right now where I save my stuff because seriously, it says Tucker Carlson. He's one line above, and it doesn't matter because it shows 11th generation. One line above Melissa Koberger, tied to this one main man. I'll just say last name Dowling. I'm not trying to like get people to like look into this family or do anything, but this family has prominent ties to people. And I was in such a hurry, but I was so excited. And where did it go? Let me see downloads. Right here, I hope. Oh, and I forgot there's another tie to this too. And I don't want to sound inconsiderate or like I don't care about the Idaho4. However, I'm starting to that this is on social experiment, and I feel like people don't have like the balls to say it really, but the more I look into things, the more it seems like we have all been played. And I'm looking right now. Okay. John Partridge, hold on. This isn't going to show me the way I want it to, though. Of course it's not. And here's my thing. While I'm saying all of this about anything, if people have a problem with what I'm saying, go look it up yourself because I've literally spent 3.5 years of my life doing this, and I'm not an expert. Like I said, I have no clue what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing though when I know what my answers the results are what they are. I'm not trying to make anything up. I'm not getting views or anything like that because of telling anyone any of this. I truly believe that I'm supposed to know this for some reason. And at the end of the day, I can at least show you this. Hold on. I found this at least because the documents from what was recently released talk about Agnes Tyler. And I want you guys to know that Agnes Tyler, we're talking about going back to like presidential times. So no wonder Tucker's involved because he just is. But the Brewsters, the Partridge family, the Tyler family, the Adams family. Oh my God, not the Adams family, like the creepy Adams family. But you guys get it. I'm showing you this right now. This isn't what I want to show you, but I'm going to show you exactly where I can prove that he's related to the Partridges and the Tylers, and then we'll go from there because this is so dumb. That I can't do what I wanted to do. But what's new? I swear I'm always being tested. Hold on, guys. Sorry. This is so dumb. Okay. I apologize, you guys. I'm still learning because I really actually don't even like YouTube anymore. But I have a lot to say. And we should be able to do that and share our knowledge with each other. Okay. Here we go. I think this is it. Right. Okay. Hopefully this is it. And this is at least going to show you. And if you guys are really going to be like one of the people that want to be like very critical of what I'm saying, I challenge you to go do the work. And it should be showing up on the screen. I hope it's on your screen already. But these aren't very far off cousins from Agnes Tyler of Tucker Carlson. And my only point of saying about Tucker Carlson and any to even mention Tucker is because of what's going on in the world today. It's kind of wild to me, and I'm very weirded out that it's not showing up. I hope it's showing up. This is always, I swear, always being tested. That's not what I wanted to. Nope, nope, nope. Sorry, you guys. I don't know if my thing is lagging or what it's doing, or if you're seeing it proper. Hi, Sab. Thanks for being here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Sorry. Yeah, it's blurry. I don't know what it's doing. I hope you, and I'm not even trying to show you this. It was a chart. Hold on. I'm trying to show. I don't want to show you that one anyways. I had it right there with Melissa. Let me look up Melissa again. I literally have so many screens up for this, so it's my fault. So I apologize, you guys. I might have to make a part 2 of the people that I want to say are tied to Bethany and the name Agnes, tied to the Upmore family, because likely I have to do that. But okay, Tucker, I'm gonna do Tucker. Okay, I'm gonna do this Koberger. Okay, I think this is gonna show you guys at least to prove what I was even saying. Melissa. Or I'll do Michael. I gotta go backwards for a second, but okay. I don't know if this is how I did it or not, but no, that's not what I want. I had a chart and it said 11th generation, but I'm gonna find it for you guys. But anyways, Tucker Carlson is also related to, through this one person, tied to the Kobergers, no matter how many generations later, because of endogamy. I think I'm saying it right. Also tied to Bill Gates, Melinda, his ex-wife. Like, does that not scream anything to anybody, like, as to why like these people are tied to this at all? Like, even if they have no, I don't know, even if they are not, listen, I'm just going to read what I learned. John Tyler, Joseph Adams are tied to Bill Gates, Tucker Carlson, and the Kobergers. If Brian Koberger is exactly Brian Koberger. If he's not, then that's not my problem, because we've been lied to then, but that wouldn't surprise me. But Melissa Koberger, aka we're going to use her like Brian, because they're related siblings, right? Blood siblings. And she's related, like the documents from the court records now. She's related, connecting to John Tyler from 1653. Big deal. And Hannah Parker, Massachusetts, Connecticut. Okay, this is what I was looking for. I hope you guys can freaking finally see this. This is, I'm sorry, but that was really going to just piss me off. Okay, yes. Generation 1, Generation 2. And if you can't see it, I'll try and zoom in. Just give me, yeah, right here. No, it's not this. Okay. Anyways, I'll post what I'm talking about, but this is good enough because I also want to point out Mary Chapin. Like, Chapin is a last name not many people have. And I know that everyone can say, doesn't mean that they're related. No, it doesn't. But at the end of the day, Koberger and Chapin are two very different last names to have. Just saying. But the Partridge family is the tie between the co-owner of 1122, in my opinion, Brian Koberger, and the residents at 1122 King Road. And I knew I was doing this a little too fast. I was excited. I will post this though by tomorrow midday. Because I want you guys to fully grasp what I'm saying, even though it doesn't matter. Like, I'm just telling you it's a little weird. How is this possible? And I was right, because what came out in the court documents, I've had on my wall. Like, I'm put it back up, but I didn't put it all over my living room. I put it on my office closet doors right now, because I gave up on this. And then the documents come out, and absolutely right as to who Brian Koberger was related to. And I had no clue it was like literally like presidential type people. But that should make everyone question things about this case. And especially when we're questioning, or I don't know about you guys because I haven't really gone live much about it, but I'm questioning Charlie Kirk's alleged offing. And I'm not trying to be insensitive, but when a case like this makes no sense, just like Charlie Kirk's makes no sense, and the things that don't make sense in that whole case, like they just had the preliminary hearing, it lasted a week and it felt like there was nothing being said and not many tears being dropped either. And I just think we should all be very careful. And I'm trying to be careful with what I'm saying, because I know you can't say much about what you believe anymore in this world because of what's likely going on. I do want to say that the Upmore family, like, I'm going to show you guys this right now, and it's Bethany, and you guys can look this up. Like, it doesn't take any hard effort to put Michael Francis Koberger into any of these family search things. And you won't find Brian because he's not ever been listed. And if he was, he went private very quickly. But if you click on and do a lot of homework, you will see that you can click links and it takes you from one family to another. And like the Gawkner family, I'm going to show you right here, but it's now private, and probably because I said things I probably shouldn't have ever mentioned such early on. But Bethany Funk, first of all, the Showalters, oh man, I just wanted to tell you guys all this. The Showalters are tied to the Funks. I'll show you right now. But we're talking about big money, you guys. So why are we going to pretend, if this is all real, they're protecting someone that's DNA was on that sheath and it wasn't Brian's. That's my point. And I truly wish I was like one of these people who had all the help in the world to do this, because I just want to tell someone what I'm thinking, and then they make it happen so I can like go live and show you guys. But I'm not that girl. Not yet. Anyways. But hold on, you guys. I have so many tabs up. And you can Google this, though. I'm not lying to you. I'm not making things up. And I just want to make that very clear. Because at the end of the day, that's all I hear. Hold on. I don't know how to share the rest of my... I want to get off of this. Hold on. Let me share... I should have just taken, next time I'm going to just take a video of what I'm trying to show you guys. No, I don't want to do this either. I'm not even going to get into this portion of it. Okay, so once I knew, and I said out loud a while back, that this family was related to Bethany Funk, and I have a newspaper article about it. Gilbert Gochner, he married, or he's son of Teresa Sprout. Sprout, I believe, is related to Koberger, but hold on. Yeah. Like, I just wish I had a like secretary. But I'm giving you guys this. You guys can go look this up. Like, go help me. Someone go help me. But here we go. Let me show you this. Agnes Mary Upmore. And I'm telling you, if you look up Nuxoll, Nuxoll, and Gochner, I believe, or Funk, Bethany is related to these people. Bethany is Reed Upmore's cousin. And I'm just sorry that I don't have it like all together to show you guys everything. But what I do have is the proof that a lot of this stuff is so private that I couldn't prove some of the things I want to prove, no matter how I wanted to prove it. Hold on though. There's one more thing, because something else occurred to me yesterday. And I really don't care. I appreciate you guys being like patient with me. At the end of the day, I just want people to like open their eyes and minds and realize that you got names, and I'm not an expert, but I know what I know. And I've had the same names for years now. But it's not easy once you get past like Brian Koberger's grandparents, because I firmly believe someone was adopted or illegitimately formed in this life. And I firmly believe someone didn't know, and maybe they know now, but I don't know if Brian knew he had family where he was at. But did anyone ever think of Bethany Funk being from Nevada, and the uncle, or the aunt, the aunt who wanted to say how weird Brian was, she was from Nevada? And nobody's going to tell me, nobody's going to tell me he's not related to the Showalters when he is, even if by distant cousin. And I'm trying to pull that up right now, because he also has an address shared with a Showalter. Tell me what are the statistics? And I know, Thomas, you like statistics, right? What are the odds that a Koberger and a Showalter would live in the same house in Pennsylvania ever? Like, ever. I'd love to know the odds of that, because I find the odds very odd. Very odd, the odds. Because it doesn't make sense to me. And I'm sorry, guys. I got so excited to just share stuff. And it's the story of my life, though. Mary Partridge. Let's see. And it's like literally the Partridge family. Like, of all families, good old Partridge family. But you guys can all look this up. And I'm sorry to the man if you guys can see his name. So I'm not going to say his name, because I feel bad already for putting this all out there. But y'all can see his name. You saw it. And you can look it up too. I do believe, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm not going to try and make sense of things while I'm trying to talk and make sense to you guys. I'm going to post what I'm talking about, because now I'm pissed. But let me tell you another thing. Put a 1 in the chat if you've read Shakespeare, because this is another reason why I don't believe this is all even real. And I feel very bad saying that, but I don't believe it's real at this point. And if it's real, I don't know. I haven't even gotten to Kopaka yet. I haven't got to a lot of things. So we're going to do this all week. I'm going to get my shit together and I'll be better prepared. But this is all very real, but it's also very not real, in my opinion. And it would make sense that it's not real because of the reactions of people. But if you've read Shakespeare, went to school, had to read books, college, if you're a writer like myself, Macbeth, let me try and share. There's something very weird with the date November 12th in Moscow. And I don't know how many of you have watched 1122 King Road Clue. But I think people will have to look up Shakespeare, Macbeth, and tell me if I'm crazy. Like, I'm not gonna try and tell you what I think about it, but like, if you guys want homework, do some homework and tell me what you think about Macbeth, because it's very odd to me. And I think the whole Maddie, what'd you tell Adam thing is weird. I think that this is a social experiment, and many of us, all of us, likely have failed tremendously because we reacted how we reacted, in a way, I guess. Like, I don't know how to better to say it. And I need to stop looking because I'll just post my shit tomorrow. Sorry for cussing, but I'm a little annoyed. But hi, Brooke. What was that? Littles, are you throwing things at me? Look, I even had my note. Oh, you guys can't see it. I forgot. I'm trying to show you guys stuff. I will, Brooke. Please look at the ad I shared yesterday, my page, and you'll see it's why. Oh, I'm gonna look right now, Brooke. However, Brooke, when I look you up, I never can find you, which is not odd. Thank you, Thomas, for gifting the memberships. I appreciate it. Yes, Michael Christopher Koberger. But it's not Kohlberger. I mean, is he a Kohlberger or is he a Koberger? Brian has a lot of twins, which is bothersome to me also. But hold on. I'm going to at least show you guys one thing. And then I'm going to look that up, Brooke. Let me see if I can find you while I'm here. I swear, I'm never prepared, but I'm always prepared. My dog is sleeping upside down. It's so cute. I wish you guys could see her. But I'm telling you, I firmly am starting to believe this is all something else. It's like 3-letter agency, mind something happening. Okay, hold on. This is this. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Brooke. And I can't even, there's ties to, you guys don't even know. This is why I wish like some people were normal and we could like meet at the library, like where I like to hang out, and like have a group meeting and like talk about this stuff and not have like anyone be like psycho about anything. But I know that's like a far-fetched dream. All right, Brooke, I'm looking for your... Brooke. 1991. Okay. I swear it never lets me. I'm literally looking for you right now. I hope you had a happy birthday, by the way, Brooke, because I said it, but never got to say it out loud. I really hope you had a happy birthday. It's seriously not letting me find you. I'm searching you, and I'm looking up at my TV. What the hell? This is so weird. I can't find you. Will it let you put a link, Brooke? This is so weird. Yeah, post it to my page and then I'll be able to post it. And yes, Thomas, 11/22. Like, I'm telling you guys, there's something about November. Like, half of the Koberger, not Koberger last name, but half of the people they are tied to either got married or died or did something on November 12th. And I just find that odd because it was the night of November 12th. And there's a Mary Chapin listed. There's no way to prove what I want to prove, but needless to say, I still keep trying to prove it because at the end of the day, if I can prove that Brian was related to Hitler, which I firmly believe he was, then Brian's case could not have gone on with Judge Hitler. And I just can't. It's not letting you, Brooke. What? See, I'm telling you guys, it's not even a joke. I'm telling you, I have been shadow banned. Weird things are happening. I'm not supposed to tell the truth, apparently. And then my mind and my computer doesn't want to do what I want it to do. I literally thought it was like Dunzo yesterday. I was so grateful, or 2 days ago. I can't remember. Yesterday. I just was like, fine, do all the updates. And it's still doing weird things. I don't know what's up, but I guess I'm trying to not even cuss or say things that are people's names so much, or talk about 3-letter agencies with their names. But that's wild. I don't get it. I want to show you guys this, and hopefully it lets you post because this is. Ooh, this might be actually helpful that I just came across. Lula. Oh. All right, we're going to do this one. This is, oh no. I'm going to show you guys, and I've posted this, but you guys may or may not have seen it on my page prior, but he's past president of University of Idaho. And I have not seen this name, but I've been given this name and I see it. So Herman and Frank. Okay. All right. Let me share this with you guys. This is kind of wild. I'm just telling you guys, you heard it here first. I don't care what documents say. I know that Brian Koberger's cousin is Reed Upmore and Ben Upmore. And I'm pretty sure his cousins also Showalter and Bethany. And people can do their homework, do what they want. You know, I've done what I've done, and I can't even begin to explain it. I wish I could, but I can't because it's just not my job to do that. I'm just telling y'all, go check it out, because it's important. But that's not what I wanted to share. I wanted you guys to see the big one with this picture. And I've shared this picture before. Where is it? Okay. This one. This isn't his picture, but I'm doing this because I'm taking a screenshot actually. John Herman and Frank. That's a big deal. These two names. So we'll go back, but here's the guy's picture. And he looks just like Brian, number one. And he was president at University of Idaho. Is it not sharing it? But also he looks a lot like Reed Upmore's grandpa, and Brian and Reed both have Edward grandpas. And I just know in my heart, Edward, whichever Edward it is, one of them are the way to figure it all out. This is no, not this. Sorry, you guys, I'm still learning. And I appreciate you guys being patient because this is just me. Okay, this guy right here. No, not. Like this nose of theirs. Like the Upmore guy, Grandpa Edward of Upmore. Edward. But look, you see the nose? Why isn't it showing the real picture of him? But Google the guy, Melvin Amos Brannon, U of I president. And my thing is I just don't believe any of this anymore because I can't fathom that Brian Koberger is sitting in a prison cell when there was no proof against Brian Koberger to begin with. And at the end of the day, I find it very like repulsive almost that we are supposed to believe and buy the BS. I really think it's repulsive. I don't understand it. And also, I will say, Brian Koberger right here in this picture, you know, he's doing the whole Mason sign, and I just watched like a special on all the celebrities and all the people. And if Brian Koberger happens to be tied to any of these people that I'm saying he's tied to, just like if Ethan is tied to people high level that have differing beliefs than like the real God that some of us believe in, then Freemasonry exists. And most people don't want to accept it, but I mean, do your homework and see that I don't want to have to be the one to tell you what happens in some cases. And for people to level up, I don't want to tell you guys that. Like, I just don't. It's sad. It's so weird. Sav says, it's so weird how Papa Rogers looked just like BK before his name was in the public. How do you know what Papa Rogers looked like? I mean, I'm blown away and I just want to go backwards. And I go backwards a lot looking at 4chan and all the things that were said, because I do think we better see in these documents somewhere along the line that they investigated the online. In my opinion, it was threats. It was like a perpetrator online. And if it was a Fed online, then that's stupid. And I don't trust the Feds. And I'm telling you guys, Brian Koberger's DNA did not exist on that sheath ever. His DNA, a cousin's maybe, not his though. It was manufactured DNA, and that's scary. Very, very scary. Can I tell you my theory? Yeah, his side profile. Oh, yeah. Well, and somehow all of these people that were posting had like the same similar picture of this guy who I believe is the guy I just showed you guys, like the Melvin Amos Brannon. And I forgot until right now, actually talking to you guys, that last name is one that I need to pay attention for if they're related. So my theory on Xana and Ethan, as asked, my theory about all of this is that it was a ritualistic, satanic happening. I don't know how. I don't believe for 5 seconds that this was because Maddie flushed any amount of anything down the toilet. I'll never believe that. I think that's crazy. I also, Xana and Ethan, I believe Ethan was sacrificed, to be honest, 100%. And nobody wants to talk about that. I believe Ethan was sacrificed. And I don't want to believe that, but I believe that. I believe Xana was taken out of this world because, not in my mind, but in someone's mind, she was not the girl for Ethan. And I don't don't believe at all that Xana's mother or Ben Mogan are the reason that those two girls were taken out of this world. And I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm right. But I've spoken to Kara. I just can't. I can't. I know I'm a pretty good, well, nowadays I'm better at detecting lies from people than I used to be. But speaking to Kara, I can't say why that she would speak at the sentencing hearing, and I went back the other day and listened to it, and if you really listen to what Kara said, I don't even know that she was talking to Brian Koberger, and I'm being careful with my words because she and I spoke multiple times, and I still respect everything, and I said I was only going to share certain aspects of those conversations. But when I went back and listened, it was almost like she wasn't talking necessarily to Brian Koberger when she said what she said at the sentencing. She's hurt, she's broken, and that's why it kills me to say in my mind that maybe this isn't real because of those moments. However, if we take time and look up history and things that people and our government has done, I don't know what I think. But what I do know is I don't think it's right to have any of this happen, because either way, nothing's going right in this moment. Whether it's about Charlie Kirk's case, if he's really gone, that case is a lot like this case. And it's all circumstantial evidence and many, 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 many reasons pointing many things pointing differently to not the people they're saying that did this. However, if you take a step back and you realize that we do have people that raise their kids, like I've been saying, and like cult-like families, cult-like mentality, satanic families, it would explain some things. And like the silence, Brian's family, I don't want to accuse them of anything, but he's either a Fed or at this point, if he doesn't appeal, I'm not talking about Brian Koberger anymore after September, because no one else is talking about why are we the ones talking about people's loved ones? And we all see the same documents. We all aren't stupid. And yet even Cyray's coming out, but all the people that have come out and written books, they're scared to even say the real truth. Just tell the truth, or don't write a book and make profit off of it and still have people guessing. What's the truth? Did he do it or didn't he? Is this what we have been told or isn't it? End of the day. Hold on, girl, Brooke, I'm looking. Thomas sacrificed by whoever wanted to level up. I'm not saying. I don't trust the two families with the money. I don't trust them. I would trust the other families much more. And I'm sorry, but when you have triplets and then one goes away, and then you decide, everyone in the family decides, okay, now we're twins, and you send them back to the same school, you give a bunch of money to the same school, the same fraternity, and kids dress like your kid's killer the following Halloween, that's a little weird. It's a little weird. Because if I first of all, I'd never have sent my child back there, but I would have a very big issue. I don't know what's going on, Brooke. This is so weird. And Sav, no, I don't think so. Just like I don't think we'll have all of the e-files ever. People are being protected for a reason, unfortunately. And this is very much like the files that we don't get. We get what we get slowly trickling out because someone's being protected, or multiple people. And that's what I think this is in this case, multiple people. You can't tell me what happened in that house. And people are giving Bethany a pass. I'm not saying Dylan, I think, is innocent, but we all know neither one of them are sitting in that home sleeping, attempting to sleep, when you can hear whatever we hear. Oh, and that's something I did want to share. Someone had asked me to share the video I had done, so I will do that, because at least I know that's going to do what I need it to do. The Linda Lane, where you can hear names and such, and it's a quick video. I shared it from Kara, but I added a little bit of my own commentary. And someone had asked, and I said I would do it. And then I was at the pool, and then my computer's been being a fool. I'm going to try and share that right now. And it names, and there's a lot of names. And to me, people don't want to accept what reality could be. And I personally take, when a victim comes out, and many people are coming out these days talking about being raised or like programmed or abused or living with satanic ritual abuse, and they're my age or slightly younger or slightly older, but they're coming out saying that that's how they were raised and they're struggling. And so for me, I believe someone when they say something happened to them, because I don't have a reason not to. And at the end of the day, I've been in those shoes, not in the same manner, but you have to believe people if they haven't given you a reason not to. And I think it's easier for our whole world to just not accept, because it's like, it's not going to happen to me. It's not me. It's not my family. Maybe it's just someone making something up for attention. That's not the case, though. And if it is, then shame on someone who's lying about that. But we live in a world where police, law enforcement, prosecutors, not everyone's a good cop. Some of them are bad. Not every prosecutor cares about the case at all. And I've been there. Therefore, unless someone gives me a reason to claim that they're lying, I'm never going to not believe someone when they say they've been a victim of something. I just absolutely will not. I'm trying to look for that video to share with you guys of Kara Willis. And I can't find you at all, Brooke. It's weird. And I've tried this on my phone. Like when I was looking to tell you happy birthday, like on your birthday, couldn't tag you, couldn't find you. It's so weird. I'm trying to read your guys' comments while I'm looking up. Yeah, see, Thomas isn't seeing it either. This is so weird. Oh my gosh. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. It's sad that this is. No wonder, but it's okay. All right, let me find this Kara video. I mean, I'm literally thinking about, oh my gosh, I can't believe how many videos I've actually done. I'm literally just thinking I'm just going to do TikTok, because I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Kara. I just should repost half my videos, because I feel like they're still very relevant. And it's gotta be frat boys. And I'm very skeptical about sharing anybody's anything these days because God forbid. I mean, they say you have, you share the copyright thing. And even if you ask to share people's things, sometimes it just doesn't. People say yay and then they say nay, and then you're in trouble on YouTube for nothing. Dude, where is it? I didn't realize how many videos I've made on YouTube. Okay, it's got to be here. Oh, right here. Okay. I'm going to share this with you guys. And I can't remember, my bad, whoever asked me in my comments. I'm sorry it took me a minute because I don't always see my comments right away. But this is me sharing, and I will repost it in my comments. I mean, on my community page in case that person does. But this is going to be a video I did for Kara Willis, or of Kara Willis's very interesting video she did. And pay attention to the names, because I think now, all this time later, I know a lot of the names. I can't guarantee that they're the same people, but we can all discuss this. Hold on. Here we go. Because it's a lot of great information and probably a lot of surprising names to some of you. For me, I know some of these names, and I've just come into information with a few of them, and I'm digging deeper into that. But Kara obviously has spent a lot of time and effort transcribing the Linda Lane audio, and thank you, Kara. Great work. I love your channel. You guys, if you haven't subscribed to her, please go check out her channel, and be sure to let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. And please hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Let me know your thoughts, guys. This is crazy. Hold up. Did he just say Rory, like thou shalt not kill Rory? And did he say Enon? Wow. Don't wow. Rory wow. Part. This just gets crazier and crazier, doesn't it? Jimmy. I'm so sad. They are waiting on DoorDash. Bryony. I mean, you guys, seriously. How is that? How is that even possible? Littles, please stop licking your feet. I just can't with that because seriously, like the things, and they say Bryony. There is actually someone named Bryony in the area. So it's not like they got Brian or Byron wrong. And I just found this actually the other day. They talk about DoorDash. How is that? How could Kara Willis make DoorDash up? How could she make that up, you know? You can't make that up. You can't make it up. I'll be sure to figure it out, Brooke. I mean, man, I don't understand, but you must have some good something to be saying. It's very weird though. And thank you guys for working amongst yourselves to figure it out, because I want to know what you're talking about. But obviously, YouTube does not want me to know or want it to be spoken of, but that's okay. We're going to talk about it anyways. So, all good. I appreciate you working a little harder to get the info to us. I just am a little shocked right now. And yes, Sav, yeah. It's not like a bunch of just like wimpy frat boys, because I truly will say I don't think the frat boys at U of I or Sigma Chi frat boys are like anything to write home about by any means at all whatsoever. I live in California. I've partied with Sigma Chi frat guys, and they don't look or act like U of I Sigma Chi frat boys or any of the frat boys I've ever met in my life. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying it because I really mean it. Looking at these kids, they think that they are just God's gift, and they are God's gift to the world, but they're not God's gift when they think that they're better than everyone, and when they have a motive to succeed that doesn't mean like reading books and studying hard and working hard. There's a difference. And I wish Ray would have gone and did an interview with someone that would have pressed harder with questions. And I get it. Why? I get it, but I don't. Why do an interview if you can't just be real, raw, and honest when you know the world wants to know what the hell's going on? So that's the part I don't get. I don't understand it. Lots of questions went unanswered, and yet again, we're all left like, that's called dangling a carrot. People want to say I dangle carrots. No, Ray and every other, commentator, alleged expert, they dangle carrots. And it's, in my opinion, I don't know why. Brian Koberger has very little time. And my text messages, okay, but I'm not, okay. I don't know where's my phone? Oh, my phone's down here. Okay, hold on. Let me look. Sorry, guys. I appreciate you guys just, Oh, look, Brooke, I subscribed. I thought I already subscribed. Like, this is so weird. I'm telling you, somebody doesn't want. Wait, I thought I was watching a commercial. Okay, that doesn't look like it does, but it doesn't look like Brian to me. But there's like lots of potential relatives of Brian in Pennsylvania, like Pav has said. I'm not going to tell you guys out loud on the channel because I don't want someone to get hate, even though I know you guys won't hate the person. But if you want to think about, some of the people have come out on YouTube on certain channels and now have a channel, and they really enjoy knives. Thomas, I think I told you this person looked like Larry Ellison's son, which I didn't even know Larry Ellison had a son at the time. And I've never looked up his son since I said what I said, but I'm sure I'm wrong about that. But there's someone that's come out on YouTube, talked to a couple creators, and they like knives, and I don't know where they work. They were very suspect to me from day one. And I don't want to say that to be hateful. Somebody knows what's going on here, and somebody knows who set Brian Koberger up. Because whether he did it or not, if Brian Koberger had any to do with any of this, it's because he's a programmed mind. Just like if Tyler Robinson did what he allegedly did to Charlie, we're living in a world, and I heard this and I didn't go bananas. I was trying to tell people the things that I've been learning. Nobody seems to want to hear it. But in my opinion, there's like sleeper cells, like as danger. Well, I was informed by what I've witnessed and watched and learned. People out there are like sleeper cells, and they wake up from their programmed sleep. And they do things because they don't know. Like, was Brent Kopaka? Like, how come nobody asked, what's his name? Ray. Nobody asked him about, and maybe I missed it, so correct me if I'm wrong. Nobody asked him about Kopaka? Nobody asks the questions that need to be answered. And I get Ray can't just tell us all the deets of everything, but at the end of the day, he left us just like everybody else that wrote a book, made bank off the book, and they still left us hanging. Tell us without, I mean, it's like, I'm going to tell you without telling you. And I used to do that. And I'm sorry, you guys. I really, truly am sorry from bottom of my heart that I don't know how to work technology like I thought. And I thought it'd be easier to share. And I had it. And I will share it. I promise you that. But these people are experts. And if you're going to come out and say something, why don't you just say it all instead of half-ass it and not tell what people want to hear? So you're just, in my opinion, these people all have promoted themselves. I'm asking, who really cares about Brian Koberger? And if they don't really care, why is that? Because you're profiting off this man's story. And if Brian's a Fed, we're never going to know that. If Brian was surveilling, and we are now living in a state of constant surveillance. And I was watching I can't keep watching the things I watch, you guys, because it's creeping me out and I freak out. But we are literally living in a state of surveillance. And not to be political, but I also watched something, didn't finish it this morning because it was too much for my breakfast time. But Donald Trump in 88 and all the things since 1988, when I was just a 3-year-old little child, that Trump said and did. And Charlie talked about time travel. And I just saw some wild things this morning. And I was like, it's way too early. It was 6:30 a.m. this morning when Littles woke me up. And I was like, I can't do this. Not at 6:30. I don't know what's going on. Some things are weird, though. And when nobody wants to give explanations as to what actually occurred, and the families don't want to question the same things we're questioning, is that not off to you guys? I mean, grief is grief. I understand that. I get it to an extent with Erica Kirk. But I don't. Because 4 years later, I'm still grieving, and I really don't care if people talk crap about it, if people want to hate on me. Oh, the dead dad card. Yeah, my dad died. People die. I get that. People close to you die. I get that. But when you care and you're close to someone and you're really like a good person and good people surround you, you should be allowed to talk about your loss and your grief. And you should also be able to call it out when people who are allegedly grieving don't seem to be grieving. And that's a hard thing for me to do. I would never just say that about people unless I had weird vibes and intuition about it. And I don't like my intuitive self because I am learning I'm very intuitive these days. And that's scary in and of itself. So I have faith in God, but I get criticized for that too. So it's kind of like, what kind of world are we living in? And we're never going to be in a better place if we can't all just figure out that, like, we're all humans. We all are sinners. None of us are saints. And I don't really care what people do so long they are kind to one another. And I do care if people are put in prison for 4 lifetimes over, even if they said they did it. That's not okay. There's a reason people do that. There's a reason people make false confessions. If it was your life, what would you do? And nobody else can tell another soul in the world how to respond to some situation that is so serious as that, because it's up to every one of us. And God, I pray none of us are in that situation ever. And I, to your comment, Brooke, yeah, the time traveling. I didn't know. I mean, I knew about the alleged things about Charlie, but this morning I learned about 88 and Trump and time travel. And they showed, what's that movie? Back to the Future from 1988. And I was like, oh my God. And all the movies that have been made with Trump or Barron Trump, it's really weird. But I also think that we all are a little bit more powerful than we think. And I'd prefer to use my powers for good and not evil like some people. I just think that it's scary to me when I think something and then I say a word and then someone else says the same thing or brings the same person up like 5 seconds later. Or I mention someone and then I see him 5 seconds later. It's happening a lot lately. It's a little scary though. I don't want to tell the future. I also am scared of the future slightly because we're living in scary times. But at the end of the day, what's scarier to me is that people don't know how to be kind to each other. It's really scary. And I don't get it because I don't understand how human to human, it's like people say woman to woman or man to man. How come it can't be human to human that we are all humans and none of us are perfect and we all make our own mistakes? And if we don't agree with the way someone's living, or if we don't like our wife or our husband, like there's better ways of going about getting out of situations than the way people are handling life these days. And yes, Thomas says it's not Dershowitz, it's Duels. I read this yesterday too. Under President Kennedy, who was assassinated, there's a lot of things tied to November the 12th, the 22nd. Brian's birthday is the 21st. Backwards 12. And this whole case is allegorical. It's all about the numbers. And I mean, I have time to spend, so I don't know. I'm probably going to just show the 1122 King Road clue. I said I was going to do it a long time ago. I'm just going to show the movie again because I think that person probably was never investigated, but that's someone who knows what happened, because how do you spend that kind of time invested in making such a production? Oh, that's what I was going to say. Macbeth. It's a production. And November 12th, the play Macbeth, William Shakespeare. You guys have to look it up yourself because I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to tell you what it means, but maybe I am. I'm going to tell you one thing about it because I printed it out. I print out so many things and then I don't even ADHD. So the play, I saw something about the photography, somebody. And remember, allegedly there was a camera outside of 1122 that night. And whoever I talked to that was 1122 King Road Clue claimed to be the photographer that was there the entirety of the night and told me all the things that I never knew occurred in places like that. I never had a clue of any of this satanic ritual. I never knew, I just had no clue. No clue. Macduff. I don't know. I didn't read the whole story. I just highlighted some of the things, Thomas. But hold on. There's Macbeth reminded me of Dylan because there's a quote, and it's an excerpt from Macbeth, William Shakespeare. Quote, "Is this a dagger which I see before me, the handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still." End quote. That really means, am I hallucinating a dagger pointing me toward the murder? Context. And the names in this are very interesting as well, because it says the context of this is being alone before killing Duncan. Macbeth sees a floating dagger, a product of his guilty mind. Floating dagger, floating big eyebrows, bushy. I don't know. The hallucination symbolizes the blurring line between thought and action. Ambition manifests as a physical temptation. I'm sorry, but when I heard Vampire Diaries, that's what they wanted to say they were watching, and then I saw the episode of the Vampire Diaries in which the way it did, just like Dylan explains, who's playing games here? Because I don't know. And I'm sorry, but this is why I don't believe any of this, because at the end of the day, what police or law enforcement officer of any kind is going to just accept what they've accepted or what they accepted when they were told? How come those girls were not, you're the last ones who saw them alive. You lived there. You were there when they died. You're not interrogated? Because if they had been interrogated, they would have not. They would have talked, in my opinion. Interrogate them. Just like I think the case of Nolan Wells, interrogate his friends, put them in a cell, make them talk. It's that simple. And if that was my kid, this is what I don't understand about these families. They're not demanding justice either. Thank you, girl. I was going to ask you. I knew the name was Eastman, but I couldn't remember. And I should have, because Elliot Eastman. I can't say why, but I should have remembered. How long ago was this? Because Lindsay Dorr, that name sounds familiar. Never mind. I'm doing it right now. I was trying to tag you and I can't get a hold of you. Will you email me, Brooke? I'll put my email on the thing so I can email you, because I literally can't tag you. It's the weirdest of things. But Elliot Eastman. Elliot. And I know you've told me this, but I was trying to ask you what the guy's first name was and to tell you happy birthday. And I'm not allowed to find you. Any ideas? Identity? No, I don't know. I have some. I'm not sure, actually. I'm positive that whoever King Road Clue is people think it's a Fed. I don't think so. I think it's whoever did this. I really do. Oh, and by the way, you heard it here first. I'm so glad we're talking about this. So I don't know if you guys remember when 4chan, and I need to make like a post or do something, so I'm writing this down too, because this is a big deal to me. 4chan, all the clues that were being given, and whatever, or it was Inside Looking, or one of them. I think they're all the same people or same person. You might even find a gnome. Thank you, Thomas. I was listening to something about DNA the other day, and I've been looking at every house that I like search when I look up people, and I'm like, is there a gnome in the garden of the front yard? And I realized the other day, listening to whomever about this case in IGG, I said, you might even find a gnome, like a genome. Yeah, I agree too, Brooke. Wholeheartedly. Whoever it is knows exactly what happened. And that's scary to me, though, because it's just scary to me. I mean, I have my messages and I've shared them prior, but I was told, don't ruin their case. After they told me a bunch of info, whoever it is said that their father died after because they knew my dad had died. And it was like, I believe it was Christmas 2023. So whoever he is claiming to be older than me. They were 40 at the time. So they're 44-ish now. And their father was just diagnosed before Christmas 2023 with a terminal illness. And what I find odd is that Enon Harsh's dad died. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm telling you the truth. I think I can't remember if I'm telling you the truth or if I would. No, I believe Enon Harsh's dad did die. And however, I don't believe I was talking to Enon Harsh. I think that's a coincidence. Well, he's short as a gnome, Thomas, but yeah. I think a gnome is a genome. You might even find a gnome, like, oh, a genome, like, oh, you have relatives in your genetics. It literally hit me the other day, and nobody gets it when I get so excited that I'm like, Idaho. Everything is Idaho. Oh, is Steve G and genome? A gnome. No, his dad. Oh, Steve G's dad died before Kaylee. I do know that, Mimi. Actually, I believe the year prior, the day before her birthday, or on her birthday in June, is when Steve G's dad died. Yeah, Thomas, he's a life-size gnome. That's for sure. But I just think there's too much around the IGG. They're protecting someone. And I'm telling you guys, and I'm literally, I promise you guys, because it's tied. Like, I just wasn't well prepared, but I was excited. But the lines connecting these people are presidential lines. John Quincy Adams, Tucker Carlson, Bill Gates. And I'm not saying they're like first cousins with Brian, but they're on the list, okay? And they all came either the Mayflower or the Brotherhood to Pennsylvania. And I don't know why, but I don't know why, and I wish I could just give this all up. I really want to stop talking about it, but when I know that I know, like Candace Owens knows, I know that somebody like God is telling me, blank paper, is telling me I'm supposed to talk about this. I don't want to talk about it anymore because I'm grateful you guys are listening, but like seriously, someone tell me who Roman Polanski is. And I don't care if people want to hate on me about how I do my lives because this is my channel. And if you are here, I appreciate you. And if you don't like me, don't worry about me. But this is me. And I just really, truly wish I had like a friend here to always be like researching because we could just figure it all out. But seriously, everything means something and nobody's paying attention. How on earth is Hunter Johnson going to have a knife? Oh, I just threw the knife. How on earth is Hunter Johnson going to say he touched Xana? But not Ethan, because he just knew. Oh, but you touched her, and you weren't screaming Hunter Johnson when you walked into that bedroom, because even according to Psyray, it was a bloody massacre, basically. How come we didn't see a bloody massacre all over the place when the cops walked in? Psyray doesn't even want to say a cleanup occurred. Like, what about the bloody shoe print? And I mean, I'm no expert, I'm not Psyray, but I find it odd that these people are coming out and they're not saying anything that we expect them to say or want them to say. And they could tell the truth and it doesn't have to be what we want to hear. But they're also not saying, oh, yeah, it's completely obvious. This is how I know Brian Kober did this. No one's saying that. At best, they're not saying the opposite because they don't want to, because they're scared of something, but they're basically saying Brian didn't do this. And for Psyray to say that an Elantra had anything to do with anything, that's wild to me. Which one was the Elantra? And he didn't seem to want to talk about Emma Bailey and Demetrius either. So, I don't get it. I sure don't get it. Thank you, Brooke. I'm just being real. I'm just normal and I'm not prepared even when I want to be, but I always have something to say, and I'm tired of like worrying about, oh, I'm going to not go live if someone else is live, or I'm not going to do this. I don't want to even talk about this, but in a sense, I feel like I've spent half my life almost, because I'm so young, on this case, and I will not give up. But at the end of the day, Brian Koberger has to save himself at this point. And I won't give up on believing he is, and I have a big bet out there, and he will file that appeal by September 2nd. Me and Littles have a bet going, because Brian Koberger said, I look forward to being exonerated the minute he got arrested, allegedly. I mean, if I believe anything Brian Enton ever says, it's that, right? Right, you know? Yes, I knew it was Polanski and Sharon Tate. Yes, and Charles Manson. I'm so right. It's just I talk to myself so much when I'm telling myself I'm right, because I know I said this yesterday. I said, okay, so see, okay. Macbeth, the modern relevance is iconic films like Roman Polanski's 1971 adaptation used psychology to illustrate hallucinations and guilt. Think Dylan was using hallucinations because of her guilt? I do. I knew Roman Polanski was tied to Sharon Tate and Manson, and all of this is tied. It's all some kind of, I mean, I'm not saying if people are gone or not gone, and I don't want to say they better be, because of the mind games that have been played with people, like the people like us who care. I hope they're alive, but make it make sense to me how everything is so similar. Like, look at Charlie Kirk's case. Everything about it, the weapon, the DNA. Oh, now, like, there's so much similarities that you can't. Nobody saw him. Oh, he was clad in black, but I thought he was in maroon. The car is wrong. It's not the car. The car has different lights, and people are lying about the car. Like, people who were in the audience at the court hearing, influencers who want to influence. So at the end of the day, maybe the lesson, you guys, is that we all should think for ourselves and not to believe what anybody says. And I really do believe that. Like, even if I think I know everything, I don't want people to just take what I say and run with it. Like, That's not what we're supposed to do. At the end of the day, like, I want to inform people to the best of my ability, and my ability is not that great. I'm well aware, but working on it. But maybe that's the point. And the law enforcement, the government, like, they should not have so much power to convince people prior to people going to court. And that's already happened. And it's happening with Tyler Robinson. And the FBI themselves are part of the problem in both cases. They can't go sideways and do it their way because it's easier. Kash Patel needs to get off the plane, ditch the girlfriend, and do his job, or let somebody else have it. He better appeal. Yes, I've been so much, I swear. But I literally am freaking out because I know our phones and everything everything in my house, I feel, is listening to me, because all I see is like everything I'm talking about right now. So I'll get in bed with my dog tonight and it'll be like nothing but cult, Manson, all the things cult like. And I'm like, this is not what I can go to sleep to. And you got to have peace before bed. But the reality is people don't want to know that this was ever a reality to begin with. Idaho4 should not be the same because people just took it as one situation. And it's not one situation. It's a lot of situations that are happening, still happening. And why are people getting away with this? Because we allow it, because nobody wants to talk about it. Who wrote jokes for Rory? Where'd Rory go is my question. Thomas, you owe my dog and I money, $10K. Money, money, money. You ready for it, Littles? Littles is gonna be in jail when that day comes because she's not being good, girl. Come here. You want to go to jail or you want to go shopping when we win? She's all ears now. He's gonna appeal, Brooke. I know he is. He said, I look forward to being exonerated. Here's the deal. I don't know if Brian Koberger is, and it's not necessarily his fault, but if he had part in it, he has to be punished. However, he might just be really into studying these things. He might have really just been doing a job, and it's not outlandish. It's not unheard of. That what if Moscow PD knew that? Or what if he befriended Kopaka and Kopaka knew and then he snitched on Brian? We don't know because we're not there. But there's many other reasons aside from what we all have been told that none of it makes sense as to why Brian would be the one sitting there. How come nobody, and they won't give me the interviews with the Chapin twins, they won't give out the information that's should be public? Why? How come no one's saying why Hunter Chapin's vehicle rolled up at 429? None of it makes sense. Hunter Johnson, the two girls there, nobody's going to tell me you don't hear people being offed in your house when we know that it wasn't like a one and done situation. So nobody's going to ever convince me that they didn't hear anything and that they were not using social media to share whatever. I think that kids these days, their age, especially if they're raised the way I think they might have been, are into weird things like being vampires or things like that. You know? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying to read your comments. The human brain was never intended to receive, absorb, and process the ongoing flow of information. Yeah, my brain is like, I try and I write and I write. I have so many notebooks, you guys. I have paper all over and I still can't process because there's a lot of information out there. But how do you know what's real and what's not? That's why I go to history. And I'm telling you guys, the Bible's tied to this too. I've been saying that since the grub truck V. It's stated 66 times. I counted. It led me to Mark chapter 14 in the Bible. And I'm just saying, I don't know. But for whatever reason, maybe that's wildly insane. Maybe it's not. Hunter v. United States applies to post plea arguments and will not assist unless he claims manifest injustice. I firmly believe he is going to use Garza. Wait, which one just won? I don't know, but he's going to plea. What do you call it when you're a Fed and you got arrested wrongfully? I'd call that manifest injustice, to say the least. If I win, L owes me. Yeah. You get cookies from the bakery. I'll send you the best baked cookies ever, Thomas. Otherwise, me and Littles are going on vacation. And I'm always going to win. I don't gamble that way. Yeah, I'm confused with Hunter and then Garza or whichever one just won. All I know is Brian's going to be exonerated. And it will take a federal Supreme Court to exonerate Brian if he is a federal agent or if he was and is. And he has that mentality, though. I have to at least hope this if he's really innocent and such. Brian has this mentality that he can survive this life he's been put in, and he's going to use it for the greater good after he's exonerated. I just don't see the kid doing this. And I know Cy Ray said nobody can say, I can't see Brian Koberger ever doing this. Well, I can't see why you can't tell us the truth, Cy Ray. Why come out if you're going to say something, but you can't say everything? And I'm tired of the mind games. This whole thing is a mind game. And that's like, why aren't people understanding that they're like, this is a mind game? People are playing with all of our minds, and that's not cool. It's a great bet, right, Brooke? Okay, so Hunter v. United States applies to sentencing. Hunter supersedes Garza. Right. Okay, so Hunter's the new. Okay, gotcha. Well, I just can't live in a country, you guys, where it's like we're all supposed to be morons and not know anything, because I didn't know anything for a while, like until recently. But when you know, and now it's like, why are people living like we don't have rights and stuff like that? It's kind of scary. I don't like it at all, but that's kind of like why I keep going and talking about these things either way. I mean, I appreciate you guys being here. I don't care if one person listens to me, because at the end of the day, I don't know what to think. And it's better when you put brains of people together and, use them for the greater good. It's scary. We're living in scary times. And I appreciate Thomas. Thomas, you educate me very much. And I just think we all have to advocate for ourselves, and when we know better, we do better when it comes to other people, because it could be us one day, and we leave our DNA everywhere, and Moscow, Idaho is never a place I'd ever go. But it's not just Moscow. It's a lot of places where you have not even crooked cops, but you have lazy cops that do things their way, and then they don't really care the outcome. That's a problem. But I don't like feeling like this whole thing is some game that we've all been playing, and At the end of the day, I'm suing the heck out of Idaho, I swear, and I will say it time and time again. If this isn't real and we ever know that, I'm suing Idaho. I'm big suing Idaho because this is not okay. And it's not to say that I want people to be gone out of this world, but they've master manipulated things either way. And I don't understand why they're suing WSU instead of U of I. But I guess however they thought the money was going to come easily. I I can't even wish these people well with that win because I don't think it's needed. And Dylan and Bethany, I don't know who in this world can meet one of those girls. Like if I was in college and I came across them, didn't know them, no big deal. But then I did know them. How do you befriend them? You didn't call 911 for your alleged friends, your roommates, your sisterhood. How do you do that? It makes no sense. I don't know what Dylan did with all that money, and it's none of my business. At the end of the day, none of these people have proven to be real. That's the problem. Grief looks different for everybody. Bethany has yet to ever show up. None of the boyfriends have ever spoken. None of the families have sat together to do one interview as 4 families who lost their children. It doesn't add up to me. And I don't know. I hate saying what I'm saying because it bothers me because I really enjoyed speaking with Kara. And I know that, and I pray that her and Maddie's dad, because of their situation, I don't care what I was told, truth or not, to protect themselves, but she didn't have to talk to me ever. And she did. And I respect that very much. It just blows my mind that, like, Brian took a plea and then it was fine. And it just makes me wonder, but I'm not the type of person to ever contact her and be like, what went on? Like, it's none of my business. Just because the public, all of us who actually spent lots of time on this case and continue to, it's still none of our business as to why these people do what they do. But when it's Steve, when he comes out and has so much to say, and Christy about everything, and then they cuss people out and whatever they do on their Facebook, that's different. But I highly respect Kara, and I pray for her, and I hope she continues to do well. Maddie's dad, I don't know him, never spoke to him, but I just feel like they got the crappy end of the stick in this case, this whole thing, because of their past. And none of us can take back our past, right? And I just don't think it was fair. I think they became the scapegoats to blame when I think most of us with brains know that this day and age we're seeing people like some other families in this case that seem to care more about money and power than anything. And that's sad. It's very sad. Question: why hasn't Koberger filed? And because he's not going to. I told you, he's waiting till the last minute. Promise you. He's not going to. Ann Taylor doesn't want to hear anything from the public or have chaos be ensuing because everyone's waiting, living and breathing to see if he files. I think it's going to happen last minute. If it does, you can up me $5,000. Okay? I know he's not going to not appeal. I mean, what kind of son would that be? If he's like, okay, I did it, even if he did it, his parents wouldn't likely believe that because they wouldn't continue to talk to him. So you do it for your mama at best. If you did it and you have an appeal deadline, guaranteed his mother is like, Brian, are you going to file an appeal? And he's like, yeah, Mom. You do it for your mama at best. He's filing an appeal, and I will have my bank account wide open when he does. Because that'll pay me back, honestly, for my heartache and my anxiety over this case. And I'll know I won it fair and square. And honestly, I think if we look at it truthfully, Ann Taylor, I have to believe she knows what she was doing in fighting for her client, who she said, Your Honor, putting hand on shoulder, Brian's innocent. She wasn't probably going to say, hey, Brian's innocent and he's been studying all you corrupt fools. And she wasn't going to tell Hitler that either, because they're all corrupt, in my opinion. And we're never going to get the privilege of knowing that truth, though, in my opinion. No matter what happens, it's never going to be as good as it should be if Brian gets out or even gets a new trial. It's just never going to be what it should be, because the truth will never be told. But I will say, we were the monkeys in the circus, and not my monkeys, not my circus. And it's like, after September, I have to give up this circus act and, throw in the carny towel and say no more. Because that will be very sad, but that's not happening anyways. So me and Littles are winning our money, and she popped up. I said me and Littles are winning our money, and she pops up like she knows what's going on. I agree, Brooke. I don't know what I think about Cyril, though. I think that he's part of the whole game. Like, I can't stop. I believe it's a game at this point. And I feel like at some point we're going to be like, haha, you guys were punked. Like, that's how I feel, because nothing makes sense. And to believe we live in a world so corrupt that we also are all supposed to be stupid, that's really sad. And I do agree that Cyril did say Ann Taylor knows what she's doing, and she was competent. And yeah, fruit of the poisonous tree. And if you take it in terms of how I said this is all truly about the Bible, I truly believe this is some kind of weird test, and I'm still going to say it's all tied to the Bible. And, what fruits do people bear? It shows character. And I think that many people, in many ways, like if this was some social experiment, people failed tremendously. I did too, in my own ways. But people also took a lot of this, just like Charlie Kirk. Everything that happens now, it's like a money grab. What about really caring about like the actual situation? And I mean, it took me forever to even say what I had been even told about this case. I was living in fear. I was very confused because I was told things that I never knew happened in this world. And then I have other randos threatening me and harassing me for no reason, just hating on me on the internet for no reason. For what? Like, if people took a step back and just asked themselves, like, what are we really here for? And why are we wasting time being hateful to people? That's not what I do. And I sure don't spend time even arguing back with people, but it's been quite an experience. And I think that we live and learn, but I feel like a lot of people are just making it like there's no end. There's a never ending thing in this true crime community. How is this true crime? I still haven't shared my story because that makes me very vulnerable to share my truth and my story when people make fun of me even saying I'm going to share my story. And it's not that I care about the people, it's that I care that, like, what am I doing here? And why are people true crime is true crime. It's a real life thing. People get taken out of this world in heinous ways, and the mockery that I feel is being made by some, it's like, for what? It's not a competition. Everybody can have their platform, do their thing, like who you like. If you don't like people, move on, you know? But for some reason, it's like we're stuck in high school and this clique mentality, and it's just not, it's sad. It's very sad. Yeah, girl, I'll post the rest of the Macbeth. Like, I literally printed like so much yesterday because I was like, every aspect of it was so weird. And the names tied to it, like Duncan, like Darren Duncan, Kopaka's friend. That's just the first one that came to mind. And then, it was all a dream. And then, like, washing blood from people's hands, or I should say red stuff, because I'm supposed to follow all the rules. But yeah, I was like, I'm shocked when I find these things, because I'm like, this has to be tied. But then I think people think I'm crazy because I'm like, everything's tied to Idaho. Nobody wants to hear in my real life about Idaho ever, because it's always about Idaho, and I get that. It's probably so annoying, but oh well. Hunter v. United States. Justice Gorsuch addressed the coercive tactics that prosecutors use to induce defendants to take plea deals. Yes, like the death penalty. Yeah, especially when you're like Brian Koberger and this is my issue though. Brian Koberger and Ann Taylor, they're not stupid. They knew that there was nothing, in my opinion, but then again, it's Idaho. I can't say what I was about to say. I can't say it. Because if I was Brian Koberger and I was in his shoes in the state of Idaho, I would have done anything to not have my head on the chopping block, really. So, yes, Brooke is very impressive. I admire that too. And thank you for being here, you guys. I agree. And Brooke, I noticed, like, just whenever I looked at my phone right now, I'll be watching to see, because obviously it's not going to tell me if you post anything. But if you ever want to go live or something sometime, like if you're really doing your channel, then let me know. I'd love to chat with you. And I just appreciate you guys so very much. And at the end of the day, as long as we keep talking about all injustices, not just this, because I don't even know what this is, but I do keep in mind that if Brian is a truly innocent young man, and he's in prison, that's exactly up my alley. And I know that it's not easy to get out of that situation. Like I've said, helping Rico in Oklahoma, he's 19 years. Our birthdays are 5 days apart in September. 19 years, this kid falsely confessed in Oklahoma, and thank God, but the Innocence Project picked him up a year ago, and it doesn't move quick. Like, this justice system is a very slow moving ordeal, and people, like, Rico's mom has battled breast cancer since he's been in prison. People pass away, and it's like you're just wrongfully incarcerated. And even if you get help, it's not like it just turns around and tomorrow you're free. And that's just the sad part about it. And I think we all should be concerned. And if Brian did it, then Brian did it. And bye, Brian. but I September 2nd will come and he will have appealed. And will we ever know the truth? I doubt it. But I personally also don't know that I believe we'll ever know if Brian walks out of a prison. So, and all we can do is right now, because I think it's the right thing to do, is pray for Brian. Innocent or guilty doesn't mean you can't pray for somebody and hope for the best. But I mean, I can't imagine to be a mother of someone in prison. I just can't. Or having no control over the outcome of your kid. Like, you raised your kid, you thought he was doing so great, getting his doctorate degree, right? And then he ends up in prison with 4 life sentences. Talk about shock to the system. That's frozen shock phase right there. So, you guys, I really appreciate you guys, and thank you guys for being here. I can't even say thank you enough. And I'm learning as I go, and I'm sorry I'm not always well put together, but I promise I will share what I was going to share by tomorrow, because it is important to me to share. And I know I'm going to get hate from it. I know it, but my dog's looking at me like, Mom, are you done? And I didn't realize it was 11 o'clock. So I appreciate you guys very, very, very much. Thank you for being here. I hope to be live a couple more times this week. And Brooke, email me. I appreciate you very much, and stay blessed. And thank you, Thomas, as well. You guys are just awesome, and I love the conversation. Here comes Little. She knows when I'm saying bye. She's like, "Yay! You want to say bye? Say bye-bye." We appreciate you guys, and we can't wait till September 2nd or prior when that filing for that appeal is happening. Brooke is now a witness. Me and Littles have a witness, but I'll bake them. They might not taste right, Thomas. I'll bake a 2 dozen if you need. I'm just not going to spend all my money on cookies. But I appreciate you guys. And thank you, Brooke. I appreciate that very much. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. And we're going to go get sleepy to bed. And I hope to talk to you guys soon. And thank you again. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you both soon. And anyone else listening, appreciate you guys. Hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, and be good people. Be kind. Wake up tomorrow. Do something nice for a stranger. It's not that hard. Love you guys. Talk soon. Say bye. 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 Bye.